Division 4 season, we are back. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Football fans, you are watching ISN. I'm Coven Mystery, alongside my broadcast partner, Julius Choi. Julius, opening night of high school football, it's different every single year.
You're absolutely right, Coven. There's nothing quite like this. 0 records, 0-0 across the board, completely clean slates, and 2 programs looking to establish dominance on the very first snap. Redondo Union and El Segundo, a classic battle down here near the South Bay, and the atmosphere here inside Hazleton Field is absolutely off the charts.
And remember, if you are watching live, you are on the only destination carrying this blockbuster opener. Before we kick off, do yourself a favor right now. Pull out your phones, open up Instagram or YouTube, and follow at Ironclad Sports Networks. Clips, highlights, sideline interviews, it's all dropping on Ironclad Sports Network all season long.
And folks, you do not want to miss a single second of this action tonight. Redondo Union Seahawks look hungry, relying on that high-tempo, fast-break spread offense, but El Segundo's Eagles bring a much more physical front seven brand of football that can wear you down in a fourth-quarter dogfight.
Absolutely. We know something about El Segundo is that they like to create turnovers. They were pretty successful at that last year. You have guys like Sean Helms or Lucas Jennings at cornerback and free safety who can create interceptions, as they both had 3 interceptions last year. So we know that this team likes to try to play mind games with the offense. Julius, what do you think Redondo and head coach Keith Ellison are going to do to combat that in this match?
Like you mentioned, this El Segundo defense is going to be hard to penetrate for tonight, especially with a lot of returners from last year's team coming back, especially for the defense. And what Redondo Union has to do is to penetrate that defense as quick, as fast as possible in the first quarter.
Absolutely, as we see the captains take the field for the coin toss and handshakes, and we're going to introduce a captain's video. Back here on the field, the Redondo Union Seahawks take that far left end as their captains await the coin toss. Looks like El Segundo wins the toss as we are under 5 minutes to go until this one kicks off. Looks like the Seahawks will take that east side. Julius, the Redondo Union Seahawks made the Division 5 championships last year. Now in Division 4 here for this matchup. How do you expect the Seahawks to fare against a El Segundo team that went 8-3 last year?
Yes, this team went 8-3 last season, El Segundo. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of returning players from this El Segundo team. And both teams, as a matter of fact, are in a transitional period. Of course, Redondo Union going to Division 4, but not only that, they have returned actually back to the Bay League. So there's going to be a lot of tough competition for the season for the Seahawks. But game number 1 is against El Segundo.
Absolutely, and they did lose some players, including D1 players Bo Osmus and Cole Leinart, but they still have some strong returners. On the offensive end, you're looking at guys like Tyler Harper, who led them in receiving yards last year. As you see the Seahawks storm the field. Some cheers on the far end, some boos on this near side home crowd. But the Seahawks look hype and ready to take on this Eagles team.
Yeah, I just want to mention to the folks out there on the YouTube channel, this is actually the first time Redondo Union and El Segundo faced each other since 2022. And Redondo Union won that matchup 28-0.
As we have a beautiful 73-degree day, 6-mile-per-hour winds. All the conditions are ripe for this Eagles team to take the field, and they are hype. with a passionate student section, this one is going to be an electric match, start to finish.
You're absolutely right, Coven. I'm actually getting butterflies here in my stomach just right before the game.
Kickoff team out for the Eagles. Redondo's team still meeting with Coach Keith Ellison. You're going to see some key playmakers on offense and defense for the Seahawks. We mentioned Tyler Harper on the offense, Kyle Westbrook on the kick return here. He played kick return for the Seahawks last year. Let's see if he gets the nod for the kick return at the beginning. He's key at the cornerback spot, and it appears like he will be one of the kick returners.
And Kyle Westbrook, one of the team captains for tonight's game.
And you see Malachi Brown, the other kick returner. Everything's set for this week 1 matchup. Let's see how it all goes down. Kick is away. Takes a short bounce. Malachi Brown will return it. He gets to the corner. He might have some room to run. Gets tackled down at the 35-yard line. That's the start the Seahawks are hoping for, and they'll hope to continue that on offense here as Brady Grow gets some of his first snaps as a Week 1 starter.
Yeah, last season, Brady Grow played almost a part-time role here in this team when Cole Leinert, senior quarterback from last season, was injured. He actually started one game last season. That was against North Torrance, and in which he actually won that game with a score of 30-7.
From the shotgun. Grow takes a snap. He'll hand this one off. That's Martinez, and he's got some room. Martinez skips down shy of the far side 45-yard line. The Seahawks, 2 plays where they got a little space there, and the Seahawks going to be looking to exploit some more.
Yeah, the Seahawks in those 2 plays, 30 yards already here in this game, and what a great run block from the O-line here.
From the shotgun again, here's Grow. Another handoff. Martinez looks like he lost the ball. Flag on the play. Looks like it's the Eagles' ball. Let's see what that flag does. But as of now, costly mistake from the Seahawks.
Yeah, costly mistake here. Let's see what the referees have to say because we saw a yellow flag down in the field.
As we take a look at that replay, just Martinez from multiple angles gets the ball punched out there.
Yeah, you see Rocky Martinez just grabbing that football with one hand, and that defender for El Segundo just punched it right out of his hands.
So an early look at that Seahawks defense. Not the start they were hoping for, but let's see if this defense can shine. Play fake here from the quarterback. He breaks a tackle. And that's Ryan Wyachek over there, just shy of a first down.
Yeah, the Seahawks going with zone coverage in that first play. And for El Segundo, it's a play action. And luckily, it tricked the 3 linebackers that were covering that field. And right now, El Segundo trying to take advantage of the mistake that the Seahawks gained.
On second down here from the shotgun, let's see if they go read option again. This time, Wyachek will get to the outside. He is sacked down. Huge play there by that Seahawks defense.
Huge indeed, Coven. I mean, we saw the quarterback for El Segundo, Ryan Wyachek, the senior quarterback, immediately running out the pocket, almost like a run action play.
Yeah, and that was Nick Ricardo on the stop there. Seahawks blitzing the quarterback. Wyachek looking to run. He's going to take a low hit, and the ball maybe pops out. Looks like the quarterback was down beforehand, and the referee confirms that. Looks to be a first down, according to the near side referee, and they do amend that.
This is very crucial for the Seahawks. They have to stop this. And Ryan Reincheck, a scouting report about him, he is really fast with his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. He had, he had 88.9 rushing yards per game last season as a quarterback. It's an incredible feat, and the Seahawks will have to be careful of that.
Seahawks going zone coverage again.
Back to pass again is Wyachek. This gets batted down. Strong defense there from Charles Mensher, and the Seahawks bring them to 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Charles Mensher, one of the veterans here in this squad, and just what a fantastic play. He saw the quarterback look straight at his right side, put his hand up, and luckily that ball just went straight to Mensher's hand.
Second and 10 here. Pass goes across. Nicely tackled by the Seahawks, bringing up 3rd and medium.
Yeah, it's a short screen pass there for El Segundo, and luckily that linebacker from that coverage immediately saw it happen, immediately tackled player number 88.
That was Hunter Sprick on that catch. Mainly a defensive player last year. He had some good numbers on that defensive side of the football, mainly as a rusher. But there he shows he can play offense too, and now we got 3rd and medium. Wyachek back to pass. Down the middle, and he's got his guy. Ball looked to be bobbled a little bit, but it is secured there by Chase Mattoon.
Yeah, Chase Mattoon, he was wide open in the midfield. Once again, Redondo Union going with zone coverage, and immediately Wyachek saw that open space wide open. Mattoon took advantage, and it was an easy first down for El Segundo.
Yeah, it's a classic zone beating route. They found a little hole in the zone, and he just chilled there. 1st and 10 now as the handoff goes. First look at Rocco Taylor as he's bottled up after maybe 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, play action play here from Wyachek. He was looking at the safety that was in the middle. As earlier on, there was some confusion between the defenders, and luckily they read it correctly, and it was a run game. It looks like Redondo Union, they're going with the cover 1.
Let's see if it's disguised or if Westbrook is indeed the only safety back as we get some whistles here.
And if you look to the bottom of your screen, that's Chase Mattoon in 101.
Substitute made by the Seahawks. Doesn't look like a timeout has been charged. Some confusion here on both ends, it appears. But the clock is rolling with 8:20 to go. Wyachek takes the snap. Looking down that left side, he's going for the end zone. That pass is too far for his intended target.
Yeah, very unlucky for this offense. Of course, we saw Wyachek pointing at player number 1 for El Segundo to tell him to get open. And, of course, Wyachek just might have thrown that ball a little bit overboard. It's going to be a 3rd down for the Eagles.
And you can tell that on that throw, as you look at it again, you can tell it was an improvised play. The route wasn't initially a go route, but Wyachek improvised the receiver to get moving on that far side. Almost worked out. As off the shotgun here, Wyachek on 3rd down in the red zone here. Rolling right. Pass comes across. Well defended there by the Seahawks.
Great defense there from Redondo Union. I mean, same player as the last play. He immediately saw it. He was the number 1 guy, and Redondo Union saw it.
That was defensive back Aiden Fosmore on the coverage. Excellent job to get a hand in there after it looked like a sure thing for the Eagles. On 4th down in the red zone, just out of high school field goal range for the average kicker, it appears as though the Eagles will go for this. 4th and 6 here. Dropping back to passes Wyachek. Off the swing route, falls incomplete. He was looking for Rocco Taylor in the Seahawks offense, who fumbled on their second play, will get another opportunity.
And Coven, Wyachek immediately told Rocco, as Rocco went out in motion and immediately snapped the ball. And Rocco was wide open towards that right slant. However, it's just that he just couldn't get there to the ball as fast as possible.
Personally, I was a big fan of that play call. Looked like they had the linebackers sinking back. And as we take another look at that defense, off the swing pass, he was open. Wycheck just missed him. Grow with another look. Jarrell Riley in his backfield. Screen pass goes over to Malachi Brown. Modest gain on the play.
Yeah, Brady Grow was immediately in danger as soon as that offensive line got broken through. Immediately, Malachi Brown was there for the screen pass.
As a screen pass should be. Excellent job by the blockers to leave their quarterback. They kind of sell it of sorts. And to block for their receiver. Unfortunately, didn't break out as often coaches hope the screen pass does, but still a modest gain on first down for the Seahawks. Good for Brady Grow's first throw of the season, getting him in rhythm.
El Segundo's going man-to-man here.
Grow rolling out right. Pass is completed. That's Dylan Capper on the catch. Good find by Brady Grow. He had to sprawl out right, but he finds his man.
Yeah, Dylan Capper originally ran through the middle, but as soon as that pocket collapsed, we see in the replay that Brady Grow was running towards his right and saw Dylan Capper just wide open at the same time. And bam, first down for the Seahawks.
Timeout taken. Excuse me, not a timeout. Looks like a substitution. As the Seahawks back in the shotgun. They've only shown shotgun so far. As Brady Grow will run this one, immediately meets a heavy defensive line. You know, Brady Grow had 6.3 yards per carry last year as a quarterback. That's a pretty solid number. He was looking for that to tap back into that magic from last year. Didn't find it on that one, but I'm sure he'll break out soon.
Yeah. And also Brady Grow last season went 12 for 22, and as we see that replay, once again, the offensive line collapsing, that defensive line just getting to Brady Grow.
Out of the shotgun once more. Looks to be a passing situation for the Seahawks. Malachi Brown on the bottom of your screen. He goes in motion. He gets a tap, and he gets blasted instantly. Excellent anticipation by this El Segundo team, and that was Michael Temesvari on the stop.
Great read by Temesvari, and immediately I believe Temesvari saw what was going to happen. As soon as a split second right before Brady Grow snapped the ball, he immediately looked at his running back went in motion. Temesvari saw that happen, and it's going to be a third down and a huge loss for the Seahawks.
Seahawks now facing third and forever. After the first drive, after brief flashes of productivity fizzled out, they'll look to make something happen here on this third down, as we saw that replay. Some motion, heavy stack to the left side for the Seahawks. Grow is looking that direction, passes out, completed, hit hard is his receiver, bringing up 4th and 11. Solid out route completion for the Seahawks once more, but it will not be enough to salvage the drive.
Yeah, and Bodie Haig, one of the players to watch this season. Of course, last season was part of the freshman JV squad, but now promoted to the varsity squad. And he is one of a couple sophomores.
Yeah, that was Malachi Brown on the catch there. And it looks like the punt team is out. Looks like Cooper Burns, number 11, to take the punt. Punt is away. It looks to be a good one. It'll take a bounce, maybe two. Excellent punt for the Seahawks, pinning them down to the 7-yard line. A good Seahawks punt, got a friendly Seahawks bounce. And here, with the sunset at their backs, the Eagles look to take over.
Yeah, for the Eagles, wide check for that previous drive before the fourth down conversion failed. They were slowly creeping up on the Seahawks defense, but it's just the last two drives just didn't go successful for El Segundo.
Special teams is key, and the Seahawks in a 0-0 game had an excellent punt right there. Let's see what they can make of this field position they've pinned their opponents to. Let's see how the Eagles can adjust. Another substitution. These substitutions have been coming really late, Julius.
Yeah, the El Segundo Eagles, like you mentioned earlier, Calvin, trying to play mind games with the Seahawks. But the Seahawks, at the moment, looks like they're going with zone coverage here.
Showing 4 rushing. They rush 5 instead. QB keeper here and facing heavy pressure. Ryan Wyachek is taken down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, play action play there from Ryan Wyachek. Immediately thought of a passing, but as soon as he saw Westbrook standing right in the middle at the free safety, he handed off to his running back, decided to run towards his left, but unfortunately it was unsuccessful for him.
Yeah, it looked like on that play, the read option, I would say Ryan Wyachek made the right choice, but still just excellent job by the Seahawks covering everything. Now showing 5 to blitz. Seahawks do rush 5. On the pass down the middle, it's completed. Excellent tackle there by Westbrook from that free safety spot. He played corner a lot last year. He seemed to be settled in at that free safety spot.
Yeah, Kyle Westbrook, once again, he is one of the team captains for this game, and he is also one of many seniors here in his football program.
As we see the replay on that play, almost getting free was number 88, but a good tackle there by Westbrook. 3rd and short here, and there's some motion at the line. Looks like a false start.
Yeah, immediately
We'll take them back.
Immediately the Redondo Seahawks immediately point to El Segundo. It's going to be on the Eagles.
So we took a look at that replay of the false start. Now we got 3rd and significantly longer here. 3rd and 8. Now a passing down, most likely. Play action pass. Looking for the screen. Pass goes over his head, and he takes a shot for good measure.
Yeah, once again, player number 1 for El Segundo. Ryan Wyachek was looking for him. He's going to be their primary target throughout this game, and that was a great read there from number 15 for Redondo.
Yeah, that was Nathan Horta on the stop. Redondo's cornerback sniffed that one out. Now a punt team on for El Segundo. Looking for the block is the Seahawks. Punt gets off, however. Takes a backward bounce, and it will get stopped just inside the offensive 40-yard line. Seahawks have some good field position. Now they just got to make it work.
Yeah, this is a major advantage for the Seahawks. It's still in the first quarter, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here. This is going to be a massive opportunity for them to strike first here in this game.
So we see the classic 4-3 shown by the Eagles. 4 on the line, 3 linebackers, each and every one of them. It looks like 5 on the line. No, 4 on the line, but 1 linebacker inching in. Now 5 on the line. The handoff goes to Martinez. Martinez cutting it up. Subtle message sent by Coach Keith Allison that he knows Martinez fumbled the ball on carry number 2. That's still his guy, and Martinez shows why. Keep an eye on Harper at the bottom of your screen as we go up-tempo here. Flag here. Looks like maybe a Redondo player wasn't set, and that will take the Seahawks back.
Yeah, the Seahawks trying to do a no-huddle offense here, trying to get the Eagles unprepared, but unfortunately the Seahawks got the opposite end.
from the shotgun. Here's Brady Grow on second and medium. Play action, pass batted, tip drill, and it hits the ground safe for the Seahawks. Excellent defense there by that front four of the Eagles.
You're absolutely right. El Segundo going with zone coverage, almost like a cover one. And Brady Grow looks like, once again, in play action, but unfortunately what he saw, it was just too late. I mean, there was already the Eagles crowding that left side of the field.
Now third and medium for the Seahawks. One-on-one coverage, it looks like, on the outside. Let's see if Grow looks that way. No, Grow will run it instead. This one, he truck stick there by Grow, and he's pushing for that first down.
Yeah, I mean, man, what a truck that was from Brady Grow. I mean, with his size, his speed, fast legs that we saw from last season.
Yeah, absolutely. As I want to take another look at that one. Lowers the shoulder and boom. First down now as the Seahawks advance the ball on the second effort from Grow. Interesting play call by Coach Ellison to run the ball there on third, and it works out for him. Handoff to Martinez. He's breaking some tackles, turning what looked like a sure loss of yardage into a 3-yard gain. Excellent shiftiness there by Martinez.
Yeah, I just want to give credit to the O-line. They have significantly improved then from the beginning of the game, especially them shifting towards their left side and giving Rocky Martinez an opening.
Yeah, as we take another look at that play. Excellent job by Martinez getting inside of his defender. On the top of your screen, looks one-on-one again for Harper as well. Jarrell Riley in the backfield. Grow signaling that way. Let's see if he does go that way. Grow looking to scramble now. Lowers the shoulder again, and a solid pickup there by Grow. Excellent job by Grow. You see a lot of these young quarterbacks, this is his first full-time starting role. They don't look at their multiple progressions. Sometimes they rely on their opening read. On there, you saw him look left, you saw him look right. Neither was open. He knew he had the space to run, as we see that once more on the replay.
Yeah, specifically in this drive, I noticed that Brady Grow in the last 4 or 5 plays using the run pass option, a majority of them were him scrambling to get a first down.
20 seconds left in this quarter, so we get a formation change here from the Seahawks. Handoff goes to Jarrell Riley. Some thought he lost the football, but he gets the first down there, and the Seahawks are to the 15-yard line here. Let's see if they run another play before the end of the first quarter. I find it unlikely, and they will head off the field. First quarter action is coming to an end. 0-0 still the score, but the Seahawks looking to capitalize on a red zone opportunity here.
Yeah, the Seahawks have been creeping up on El Segundo ever since that failed fourth down conversion. And with that short punt, surprisingly, the Seahawks took massive advantage from that. And with the beginning of the second quarter just coming on right away, Seahawks had to figure out how to get over their passing game, especially majority of the plays in the first quarter, they have been running the ball.
From what I've seen, the Seahawks have had no trouble getting those solid plays of 8 yards to 10 yards, those kind of run plays. We saw it on the scramble. We saw it on some early Martinez runs. Their issue is just consistency. Obviously, the fumble killed them. So a few dangerous plays that have gone the Seahawks' way and not been turnovers. But right now, the Seahawks got to just be consistent with those plays, because if they can get more of those plays, it's a done game. The Seahawks will score every possession if they can make those plays.
That's true. And just for El Segundo, earlier in the first quarter, they've been running zone coverage, trying to prevent Brady Grow to pass outside the coverage. But however, they've been playing man-to-man, and slowly, it hasn't been working for him.
They start in that 4-3, and then they bring one of the linebackers up, usually for El Segundo. So it's been interesting to see how they try to confuse Grow by mixing up which linebacker comes to pressure. The other two sit back into that middle zone that you were talking about, Julius. as we see 4 on the line for El Segundo, 1 likely to push up. That looks to be number 3.
El Segundo's going to cover 1. Watch Sean Helms, play number 13, being a sole safety.
Pass goes, gets it to Harper, but Harper is clamped up there on that far side, bringing up 2nd and long.
Yeah, once again, the Seahawks O-line just got broken through. This is part of the 2nd or 3rd time here in this game in which Brady Grow had to throw a screen pass to an open player.
The Seahawks really like that screen pass, and they're trying to get their playmakers touches. They did it with Malachi Brown earlier. On that one, they were looking to get Tyler Harper the ball, which is the first time that he made a catch. He was the Seahawks' leading receiver in terms of yardage last season. They'll look to get it back to him potentially here.
El Segundo's crying down midfield.
Still 1-on-1 at the right side of your screen. Malachi Brown catches it for a touchdown. Beat that 1-on-1, and the Seahawks draw first blood.
Look at them celebrating. They know that this El Segundo defense is going to be tough to play.
Seahawks had an excellent drive, capping it off with the man-beating seam route from Malachi Brown. Beats his defender and walks it into that blue grass. Kick is good for the Seahawks. Excellent job off of the hold. It looks like it went to the ground first, but the holder adjusted. Kick came just in the nick of time. And with 11 minutes to go here in this first half, the Seahawks are up 7-0. Bryson Fowler to kick this one off. Kick is fielded. And excellent special teams there by the Seahawks. Special teams has been elite so far for this Redondo team, and they've got them behind the 15-yard line. How about that, Julius?
Yeah, I mean, how about that, Covenant? I mean, the Seahawks immediately crowded all the players to the middle. Of course, player number 1 for the Eagles, he had nowhere else to go, as the Seahawks just quickly approached him and trapped him to that middle. And what a great play there. Great special teams effort for Redondo.
Seahawks get their coverage organized as they crowd the box. Big hole there. But a fumble, and it's recovered by Westbrook. What a steal by Westbrook. You don't really say that in football too often, but he snatched that out of his hands.
I mean, he absolutely snatched it. And folks, yes, Kyle Westbrook is related to Russell Westbrook. They are family connected, but I mean, great coverage there from Westbrook and a great read.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw some of that defensive skill over there. Looked like a little hand check there. He was able to get to the ball, rip it out of his hands. That takes precision as well as strength, and Westbrook had both there to get the steal. Seahawks now in prime position as the special teams and then the defense has set up this offense to make it a 2-score game.
And just watching once again with the run pass option, look to his right, didn't see anyone open, handed the ball off to his running back. And unfortunately, there was some opening for the Eagles, but they just had to fumble that ball at the wrong time.
Timeout taken by El Segundo here. You imagine that those past two plays, when they were looking to get back and get even after the Seahawks score, must have felt like a slap in the face.
Yeah, indeed. And right now, El Segundo, they are probably fuming at the moment. The coaches, the players, the fact that they are in the danger zone now, and they're in Redondo's 20-yard line, and they are 4 downs away from potentially giving up another touchdown.
Absolutely. There's a lot of options here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10, not 1st and goal, because they are at about the 11-yard line. So Seahawks, they really can do anything here, Julius. You can imagine a shot to the end zone just as easily as you can imagine an inside handoff. So right now, Coach Keith Ellison is in his element. Let's see what he cooks up here.
Of course, Brady Grove, once again, multiple RPOs here in his first half. Could hand the ball up to Rocky Martinez or even have Malachi Brown run a short slant.
In the shotgun, I predict a handoff to Rocky Martinez here, but you have one-on-one coverage at the top. And play fake. Brady Grove breaks a tackle. Corkscrews into the 5-yard line. Solid pickup there for the Seahawks, and they are making progress towards this end zone.
Yeah, they're getting slightly closer and closer. I just want to talk about their previous play. Brady Grove immediately saw those two linebackers immediately rush, so it's going to be a blitz. And Brady Grove just saw a small opening down towards the right side. And now 2nd down for the Seahawks.
Inside, the ball goes to Rocky Martinez. 3rd and short now for the Seahawks.
Yeah, they're doing no huddle here, Coleman. Let's see what they got.
In a pile, and it doesn't look like he got enough for the touchdown. Looks like forward progress was stopped for Martinez, but let's see if it's enough for the 1st down, and the referee is indicating so.
Yeah, Rocky Martinez squeezed between his offensive line, and from our end, it looks like he might score the touchdown, but of course the Eagles packed through that middle side, just pushed him out. But luckily, still 1st down for the Seahawks.
He lost forward progress, so his second effort to get into the end zone didn't count with the whistle blowing beforehand. Inside handoff now. Martinez looking to finish it, but he is bottled up. Getting low was the El Segundo defensive line, and that wasn't enough for Martinez. 2nd and about 2 here to go for the Seahawks, looking to punch it in here.
Yeah, right now, El Segundo, they're just packing that defensive line, trying to prevent the Seahawks from getting in. And of course, we see so many defensive backs and linebackers for the Eagles just crowding that middle space.
Brady Grove here in the shotgun. He'll give it to Martinez again. Martinez this time has enough for the touchdown. Seahawks take a 2-score lead as Martinez gets his 1st of the year.
You're absolutely right. And El Segundo, once again, the previous few plays, the Seahawks have been running, trying to tire out the D-line. And, of course, the Seahawks on this very play just found that opening. And Rocky Martinez, with all his strength and power, pushed through for the 2nd Seahawks touchdown.
On the point after, Fowler puts it through, and it's 14-0. I want to take you back to that touchdown run by Martinez. Martinez was going to start on the left side in the shotgun. You saw the pre-snap motion where he went to the right side in the shotgun. That's significant because his momentum's going to take him to the left side now, and that is how he got momentum. The El Segundo defense set up for the momentum to come to the right side. That was the strong side that they tried to play. Didn't happen. The run came to the other side down the middle, and the Seahawks were able to punch it in. Excellent chess played there by Coach Ellison.
You're absolutely right. Just that previous play for the touchdown, Brady Grove was actually under center for the first time here in this game. And unfortunately with that, they didn't convert. It was a second down for the Seahawks. But the next play, Brady Grohl was on a shotgun, simply handed off to Rocky Martinez, and resulted in a touchdown.
8:22 here in this first half as Fowler looks to launch this one. Good kickoff by Fowler there. Doesn't look like it will take a bounce as it's fielded by number 1. Excellent special team by these Seahawks. These Seahawks are playing hungry. That's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, they have been starving since the last season, Coven. They are out and running, hitting players, hitting the right plays, and not letting the special teams or El Segundo barely gain any yardage here in this game.
Now in the shotgun here, El Segundo looking to get some points back. Wyachek down the outside, pass is completed. Quick tackle there. That was Horta on the tackle. Second hit he's made that's been significant. The other one caused an incompletion. This one holds a little bit of room as we get a replay here. A little bit of room for the receiver, but Horta holds him to a short gain.
Yeah, that's a quick play there from the Eagles. Horta was immediately open, and Wyachek saw him open, and it's going to be second down for El Segundo.
Looking the other way now is Wyachek. He will get wrestled down hard. That was Cooper Burns on the tackle there.
Yeah, it was a run-pass option on the Wyachek. Intended receiver was Mattoon, but of course, the El Segundo O-line just broke through, and he had no other option but to run towards that opening.
As we see that replay.
Yeah, intended receiver was for Mattoon. He was looking directly right at him, but since that O-line just broke through, he just had to run.
Now from a pistol here on 1st and 10. Wyachek looking down that left side. He will scramble again. Gets tripped up there by Burns. Burns has been effectively playing that spiral. Have you noticed, Julius?
Yeah, I noticed that because he would start out all the way in the back, and as soon as they snapped the ball, he would immediately decide if he's going to stay or if he's going to immediately rush the middle. And just for that play, Burns was there to stop the quarterback.
You're seeing Burns chill at the line of scrimmage and wait to see Wyachek make a decision. If he scrambles, Burns is on that. As we see some man coverage now from the Seahawks. Down the middle, and that will be a sack for Redondo. Number 19, Ben Vargas, in on that stop.
Yeah, we see in the field Chase Mattoon play number 8 for El Segundo. Not really happy about that previous play. And once again, the offensive line for El Segundo just collapsing. And as we see a replay here, Mattoon and play number 1 for El Segundo, which is wide open. And Chase Wyachek just had to scramble out the pocket.
Yeah, it was an excellent job by the Seahawks defensive line taking care of their corners, making sure that even if they are beat, the ball will never find the receivers that beat them. As we get a timeout here from El Segundo. This is their second timeout of the half as they approach a critical third down with 5:45 to go here in this first half. Third down here for the Eagles. They're looking for some magic here. Right now, their biggest magic has been created by the legs of Ryan Wyachek. Luck has run out as of recently with the Seahawks playing some good spy defense. Let's see how they approach this third down. Dropping back to pass is Wyachek. Wyachek facing heavy pressure, and he will go down once more. Sack there by Michael Mack.
And, of course, we saw the Seahawks, they line up with a traditional 4-3, but we saw player number 11 for Redondo. Burns immediately lined up as a sixth man. And once again, Wycheck facing immense pressure.
And we just mentioned that spy that the Seahawks were playing with number 11, Cooper Burns, staying back at the line of scrimmage. This likely fooled the lineman because this time he didn't do that. He rushed, and he was able to cause pressure. Wycheck stepped up to get past him right into the arms of Mack.
And that was a great read there by Burns.
Back to return is Westbrook, who got that most recent turnover. See what magic he can make on the kick return. The punt return. Narrowly avoided a punt block, and the ball will be downed at the attacking 45-yard line for these Seahawks. Yep, I can hear you. Here on Ironclad Sports Network, we continue this incredible game so far. I'm Kevin Mystery. I'm here with Julius Choi as the Seahawks take the ball back. Brady Grow in the shotgun. The junior, the starter this year for the Seahawks. Pass comes across, open is Malachi Brown, and that'll be enough for a comfortable first down for these guys in white.
And Malachi Brown once again cutting a slant, and he thought about going forward, but he's actually cut back, and that's how Brady Gross saw him wide open just right in the middle, and it was a fantastic first down here for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that crossing route beating that one-on-one man coverage that we've been seeing often from this El Segundo team as we take another look at that replay. Beautiful route running. And he gets a little bit more with his legs. Back to pass again is Grow. Grow's going to air this one now. He's got a receiver just far for Harper, but we know that Harper loves that deep ball. Harper averaged 22.8 yards per reception last year, which is an insane total. He's a specialist of that deep route, and the connection was just off here, but do not be surprised if we see them go back to that as we see another replay of that near home run pass.
Yeah, Brady Grow just might have overthrown the ball a bit. Pass was definitely intended for Harper, but he just couldn't get there on time.
From the pistol now, here's Grow. He's going to hand it off to Jarrell Riley, who finds some room, breaking some tackles. He's going to be in a dog pile after a comfortable first down gain. And this Seahawks offense is looking incredible so far, huh, Julius?
It is incredible, Covenant. I mean, great run protection from the O-line. Jarrell Riley just simply squeezed through that O-line, just found an opening and another first down.
As we saw that replay, Seahawks back in action. Riley's going to get it again. He's going to get a big gain again as he picks up another first down, this time down that left side. Saw excellent lead blocking there from the Seahawks.
You're absolutely right, Calvin. Back-to-back no huddles for the offense here for the Seahawks. And El Segundo, they're struggling, trying to figure out how to stop this.
Timeout taken there. Look to be taken by El Segundo. That'll be their final timeout. Julius, I want to take you that last run by Riley on that left side. You're going to see offensive tackle Seth Sullivan on the lead block there. Seth Sullivan committed to SDSU to play D1 football. He's a 3-star. He been excellent play there to lead Riley all the way to those sticks to get the first down.
And Sullivan also one of the team captains here in this game, leading the O-line to pave an opening for an easy first down. And like you said, San Diego State will get a fantastic O-line and a leader in their football program.
Absolutely. Excellent work by the Seahawks offensive line as a whole, and that lead blocking was the cherry on top. Seahawks with 3:53 to go here in this first half will look to punch into the end zone.
And just want to briefly discuss when Redondo Union, prior to them scoring the second touchdown, they've been running the ball a lot. So we might see a repeat here as they potentially scored a third touchdown here in this game.
pass from Grow into double coverage. Still almost came up with it was Harper, but excellent defense. That was Rocco Taylor breaking that play up.
Yeah, Rocco Taylor just came there just in time to stop Tyler Harper for scoring that potential touchdown. And of course, Harper with a one-on-one. That's a serious replay here. I mean, Rocco Taylor, he just got there on time.
That was excellent coverage. It was a great route run by Harper. Perfect ball, exactly where it needed to be from Grow. Coverage was too sound there, and the Seahawks will have to make something happen here on 2nd and goal. From the pistol here. On the handoff, that's Riley. Takes a hard hit, but he's going to get to the 5-yard line. Some physicality here, Julius.
Yeah, the El Segundo, they are at this point desperate to prevent the Seahawks from scoring this touchdown. And of course, they went zone defense from the previous play. But right now, as the Seahawks get closer and closer, most likely we're going to see a lot of man-to-man here.
Yeah, actually it looked like a combination on that previous play because they had the safety in that zone coverage, but the cornerback sticking with man. As you see from the shotgun, do we see a throw here from Brady Grow? No, he'll hand it off to Riley. Riley fighting for those yards. Doesn't look like he quite got there, and it will be 4th and 2.
Yeah, it looks like the Seahawks, they were planning on going left as we saw both the O-line and the players shift left a little bit. Unfortunately, the Eagles, they were already crawling in the middle, so all they had to do was just take 2 steps to their left, and that was a great stoppage there from the Eagles.
Julius, you're the head coach here. You're at 4th and 2 here. 2:40 left to go. Still time for the opponents to mount a drive. Are you going for this, or are you kicking a field goal? Seahawks do have a timeout, so they can stew on this decision as well.
Well, looking right now at the Eagles' defense, looks like we have 2 high safeties just covering that end zone. It looks like a timeout has been called, coming.
Yeah, I predicted it there as the Seahawks will look to mull their options over. Looks like the offense is the one in the huddle, though, and not the extra point or the kicking team.
Yeah, just right before the timeout, we just saw El Segundo just crowding that end zone. And a lot of defensive backs, looks like they're about to go with a cover 4. Just have 4 players out in the zone, potentially just in case Brady Grow threw a touchdown.
Yeah, they've been disguising it, however. Those 4 could have been all locked in on man coverage, which is what I expect would have happened in the red zone, as man coverage is more common in that situation. It's hard to tell who's matched up on who, especially when the Seahawks have a guy in that pistol formation. They have the running back. One of the linebackers is going to pick him up. One of the linebackers is on the tight end, and then the more obvious cornerback, wide receiver matchups on the outside. Let's see this formation from the Seahawks. Looks like we will have a shotgun and not a pistol.
You're right, Calvin. They're going man-to-man here.
Harper one-on-one all the way on the bottom of your screen. He's looking that way. Slant thrown. Incomplete. The ref does not reach for the yellow flag, and that will be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, great defense from Rocco Taylor. As we see a replay here, we see him one-on-one coverage. Rocky Taylor was just on him the entire time, and he was still on him as the ball was released to their hands, and just great coverage there.
Yeah,
Taylor.
Rocco Taylor is up 2-0 against Tyler Harper on those slant routes right now. He's just playing some excellent one-on-one football. On that one, he had just enough contact for the flags not to come out. Maybe some members of the flock over there on the Seahawks side might disagree, but no flag was pulled there, so excellent coverage by Rocco Taylor. He'll be in the backfield. Let's see if he gets it here. He does get it. Pressured by the Seahawks. Forced down at the 2-yard line, it appears. Julius?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the Eagles, they went with the I formation with the tailback and the halfback. And, of course, it was going to be a run game. And, unfortunately, they just barely got out of that end zone. They're still at the end zone. They're still in danger of getting a safety.
1:50 to go here in the second quarter, and the Seahawks defense would love to put some points on the board here. At the very least, they'd love it to give it back to their offense for maybe one last chance in this half. I imagine this Eagles offense would be content to run the clock off.
That is true. Once again, they're going with the I formation, Coven.
Handoff down the inside. Doesn't appear to be a safety, but hard to tell exactly what happened. Appears that a timeout was taken by the Seahawks, who are looking to conserve clock as they have one more timeout left, and they're looking to mount a drive after these Eagles face 3rd and long.
Yeah, El Segundo trying to play conservatively here by just running the past 2 games, and they know that every time that Wiatek would drop back to pass, the defensive line would just immediately break through that O-line. So right now, because it's 3rd down for El Segundo, they have to get out that zone.
Keep an eye on number 3, Tyler Sellis for the Seahawks. He led the Seahawks amongst all returning players in tackles last season with 67 tackles. As a linebacker, he will be looking to prevent this run from doing any damage and looking to get their offense the ball back.
And Calvin just want to know, Cooper Burns, player number 11, wearing the guardian helmet. He has to bring the sole ringleader here of this defense.
Yeah, let's see if he will stay back and watch against a pass or a QB scramble, or if he'll rush, potentially guarding against that run. Dropping back to pass is Wiatek. Wiatek looking to scramble. Michael Mack in pursuit. He gets down the outside. He's going to get it to a 1st down. Beating Cooper Burns and Michael Mack on that pursuit. A flag is down. This could be a block in the back, however. This could be coming right back, Julius.
Yes, and he's coming right back. We just have to figure out how far back they're going to go.
Let's take a look at this replay as we saw that pursuit there. Excellent foot speed by Wiatek. Don't forget that this dude is fast. He had 9 rushing touchdowns last season from that quarterback position. This dude can make you pay. But right there, that play comes back.
Similarly to Lamar Jackson.
Just over a minute to go here in this first half. As the ball is placed on the 4-yard line, looks to be a repeat of 3rd down. Hard to tell whether it was a holding or a block in the back, but it definitely looked like a Seahawks player went down unnaturally on that last play. Here from the shotgun again, do you think he was going to drop back to pass, potentially with the option to scramble? Let's see. Looking to roll, doesn't find a passing lane, takes a big hit. As that one looks to be just shy of the 1st down marker, I imagine they will punt the ball as Redondo takes a timeout.
Yeah, run pass option being played there by Ryan Wiatek. Intended receiver was Chase Mattoon. Both Mattoon and Wiatek were looking at each other, trying to be open, but of course, Wiatek had pressure coming towards him, and he had no other choice but to run out of bounds.
So 0 timeouts left here, Julius, for either team. Redondo's going to look to get a drive in 1 minute. They're going to get a punt. I imagine this will take them to about the 50-yard line, maybe just inside, potentially just outside, depending on how much better this punt is than the previous ones. But do you think the Seahawks have a chance to get some points on the board?
Well, with exactly 61 seconds left here in the first half, potentially, that's depending if either El Segundo passes the ball, then there might be a slight chance that if they run the ball, they have a huge chance.
El Segundo's going to punt it here, and the Seahawks right now are going to look to put some points back on the board. Westbrook playing it pretty shallow here on the punt return, expecting a reasonably short punt. Let's see if he's correct in that prediction. Oh, a fake punt here for El Segundo. Breaking a tackle and spinning down is the Eagles player, but he gets it. What a play by the Eagles to not give the Seahawks second chance.
Yeah, very gutsy play from El Segundo. A fantastic fake. We saw that Westbrook and a couple of the special teams players, they were out in the back. They were expecting a punt kick, but luckily
flag on the field. As we take a look at that replay, excellent fake by El Segundo. Very gutsy. High risk, high reward but looks like that reward is coming back from a flag. They'll do this over again, and this time, Julius, I might add, without the element of surprise.
Yes, indeed, and we noticed that special teams for Redondo, they're closer than that previous play. And we see Cooper Burns all the way down to midfield, and Westbrook being a sole receiver out in the back.
So this time an actual punt goes directly to Westbrook. Westbrook gets down the outside. He might have the wheels to take this one all the way. Westbrook into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Seahawks. What a play by Kyle Westbrook. His second game-changing play. First, he gets a turnover. This time on special teams, he hits a corner, gains some speed, and adds 6 points to the Seahawks lead, 20-0.
Great block from the Seahawks special team. They were crowning that right up the field. Westbrook, as soon as he saw that ball, saw a wide open left lane. He just had to get passed by player number 11 from El Segundo. As soon as he did, he was free.
Kick is through once more. Every single kick looks like they're almost getting blocked, but it's been surgical for the Seahawks so far. Now 3 for 3 on extra points. 21-0 now for the Seahawks. They'll kick it off with 44 seconds left. Julius, do you think El Segundo is going to attempt a drive here, or if they will take it into half and try to reset?
Well, because Redondo Union, they're kicking off, which means that not the Seahawks, but the Eagles are going to receive. So if they do score potentially a touchdown here, potentially what they're thinking is they might have a chance to score another touchdown to make the score a one-possession game.
The risk is the turnovers, though, right, Julius?
You're absolutely right.
Right now, they have turned the ball over, and so right now it would be very risky for them to build another drive. And for me, from what I'm seeing of this El Segundo team, the thing that they need most right now in this game is a locker room speech.
That is absolutely true. To halftime, and looking at the coaches down the sideline, not a lot of happy faces here at the sideline, so there's going to be a lot of words being spoken to in that locker room.
I expect to see a knee here from the Eagles. But let's see what this kick return has in store. So far, the Seahawks have been good on special teams. This one received significantly better return here from the Eagles as they will go down just past the 25-yard line. Let's see if we're going to get a knee, a run play, or if they'll take a shot.
Well, we know that Witek has a fantastic arm. As last season, played 11 games, completion rate of nearly 58%, threw for 1,883 yards, throwing 27 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So we know that he has a great arm, but will he use it?
Don't forget the 9 rushing touchdowns he added on to there. Absolutely, this guy's a weapon. And let's see. Looks like they're coming out in the shotgun. So Seahawks backing off a little bit. Ben Brown, the safety on that strong side. It'll go in that direction. The crossing route is taken there by Rocco Taylor. Nothing much doing there with 20 seconds left here in this first half. Let's see if they get another playoff.
Yeah, for his first play, the Eagles with the screen pass, trying to play it safe. And look at them with the no huddle.
This is likely to be the last play of the drive. Let's see what they have here. Batted down by the Seahawks. Excellent defense there. That was Ben Vargas. That was the second play he made from that front line. But the Eagles have one more play to go here as the clock stops with an incomplete pass.
Yeah, right now, the Seahawks defensive line has been dominating the O-line of the Eagles. And just to play it safe here, take no risks. Looks like they're going for it.
Screen pass there to number 1. He gets buried on that right side Little stat padding there for the Eagles, but nothing substantial at the end of that half. And the Seahawks will take a 21-0 lead into halftime. And you got to imagine, Coach Keith Ellison, what do you even say to the guys? Keep it up?
Yeah, keep it up. That we have them on where they need to be. They have been dominant on both offensively and defensively. Just play the same way that they've been playing the first half, and we'll get a bigger result at the end of the game.
As we take another look at that pass block by Vargas there, got his paw up there, batted it down, didn't quite come up with a tip drill interception, but that was enough to halt the Eagles in their track and take his team into a 3-score halftime lead. Here on Ironclad Sports Network, we bring you live action to CIF Southern Section football action. On the bottom left corner, scan the QR code to stay updated with all things ISN. As this game has been really one-sided so far. A lot to like from the Seahawks, and honestly, a lot to like from El Segundo too, but their mistakes have been killing them. Special teams, the Seahawks have dominated. Defensively, the Seahawks have been winning a decent amount of one-on-one battles. What El Segundo right now needs is to replicate more of their bright spots. They've had good scrambling from their quarterback, Wyachek. They've had some good coverage on those explosive Redondo wide receivers. Right now, Julius, what do you think they can do to become more consistent with those bright spots?
Yeah, so like you said, mentioned in the first quarter, especially in the first half, it was the turnovers that cost them the first 2 touchdowns for Redondo. And really, El Segundo right now, they just have to keep their heads up, and they have to lock in, and they have to prevent those small, tiny mistakes from happening again. Once again, that fumble, that failed 4th down conversion. And, of course, they're doing it absolutely right. Their passing game has been phenomenal, especially through the first few minutes of the game, and their run game, too. And Wyachek, with his run-pass option, his quick feet, his great arm, they have the weapons to potentially succeed here in this game. But it's just that it's the turnovers that really costed them. Absolutely.
So stay updated with Ironclad Sports Network as we got 12 minutes until the second half of this game kicks off. Players getting some locker room speeches. We're going to maybe get some dinner in here as second half action resumes soon. Stay tuned. We are so back here in the second half, under a minute until this second half action resumes. Current score is 21-0 for the Seahawks right now, dominating on all three sides of the ball. I'm Kevin Mystery here with Julius Choi. And Julius, what have you seen so far that stood out to you?
Just exactly like you said, Redondo Union has been dominating on both sides, offense, defense, and even on special teams. And early on, it was expected that El Segundo, with a lot of players returning from last season, they're going to give Redondo Union a run for their money. But here in this game, it's just that the Eagles just couldn't find a way to answer not only Redondo's high exploiting offense, but especially their aggressive defense. They've been playing aggressively on defense. Right now for the second half, El Segundo, they have to find a way to penetrate both sides of the ball in order for them to execute. And Calvin, just looking at this game, the score is 21-0. And right now, what does El Segundo have to do here in this game?
Well, right now we know that they have really been able to have some success in certain areas. The QB run game specifically has worked pretty well. The Seahawks overall, I would say, have been stifling the majority of the passing offense, but occasionally the quarterback for the Eagles has been able to break through. So I think that if they can establish other parts of the game, then the Seahawks won't be able to focus solely on that quarterback run. If Wycheck can get some space by establishing some passing games, he might be able to lose the spy that Ellison has been putting on him, and then he will be able to be even more productive with his feet. But right now, they have to play complementary football and establish the other sides of the ball. And second half, it's almost too late for that to happen. They got to do that off the bat. They get the ball first here in the second half.
And coming as the second half comes to a close.
Yeah, absolutely. That key turning point was the punt return for a touchdown that Kyle Westbrook had towards the end of that half. Seahawks had already started to put the squeeze on El Segundo, but that was a key point because Kyle Westbrook had already gotten that turnover on defense. They'd shown they could dominate them on defense. The Seahawks offense already had 2 scores. They'd shown they could make plays on offense, but on special teams as well for the touchdown there, that was a huge play. Seahawks didn't even have to make a drive for themselves. They were able to score not even on the first play. Before the first play of the drive, they were able to punch it into the end zone. So I thought that was very key psychologically for the Seahawks to be able to establish that. And now here on special teams, let's see how much confidence the Seahawks have coming into this kickoff.
And of course, earlier in the game, El Segundo committed 2 major turnovers that costed them 2 touchdowns and eventually a 3rd touchdown later in the game. And hopefully in the second half, they will be able to prevent those turnovers here.
As Fowler gets set to kick off. Fowler boots it away. And this one will be a touchback for the Seahawks, or excuse me, for the Eagles. And the Eagles will start at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this is the first time we saw a touchback ever here in this game, as we see the quarterback for the Eagles, Ryan Wycheck, once again trying to make it towards the other side of the football field. Trying to figure out an answer, a solution, to find a way to get away from Cooper Burns and that dominating defense that they faced here in the first half.
Seahawks showing 4 on the line. You know that Coach Ellison likes to mix it up a linebacker himself, Coach Ellison, played for the Buffalo Bills in the NFL. He likes to get creative with his linebackers. Let's see specifically, we see some linebackers shifting left there. Let's see if they all stay in coverage. From the pistol, here's Wyachek. Wyachek hands it off. Some room there down the left side for Rocco Taylor, but eventually he gets bottled up. Well defended there by the Seahawks. Stingy on that left side.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It looks like El Segundo, same thing as the previous few plays for the second half with the I formation, running the ball, RPOs every time.
From the pistol again, let's see what the Eagles have been cooking at halftime. Another handoff, looking to break through the middle. Well defended by the Seahawks. Looked like there might have been a hole down that near side. Not finding it was Taylor, and that leads to a 3rd and medium.
Yeah, El Segundo right now trying to improve their run game at the moment. They are getting a little closer to the first down, but let's see if they run this ball again, once again with the I formation.
From the pistol. On 3rd down, look for Burns on that left side. He's going to rush. He's going to chase, looking for the strip, but he gets the tackle. That will cause 4th down. As we see on that last play, you're going to see Burns on that left side. He chased him all the way around, was not fooled by the fake handoff, and caught his target.
Yeah, it was a run pass option played there from El Segundo, and looks like Burns just locked eyes with the quarterback, and as soon as they locked eyes, the quarterback knew, oh no.
And now watch out for the fake. They ran that earlier, and it was called back. But right now, 4th and short, we might see that the Eagles try to go for trickery again. They do. Fake here down the outside. This time, he is stuffed. I was able to predict it. Looks like the Seahawks were able to predict it. Lack of surprise as they had already run it. And if you saw, there's a little acting tried by the punter there. You saw him stretch, do a little fake kick in the huddle. That tipped me off a little bit.
And that was a great read, Colvin, and also a great read from Redondo Union.
Yeah, that acting job, unfortunately, will not win an Oscar, and it did not fool the Seahawks or do the job as intended. And now the Seahawks have prime field position in the red zone.
And we see Brady Grow in the offense back here once again here in the second half. Rocky Martinez to the left.
Looks like 1-on-1 down the outside. They like to play man with cover one safety up top. As that handoff goes to Rocky Martinez. Martinez is slippery, and he's still going. What a rep from Martinez there.
Rocky, just like the movie Rocky, played by Sylvester Stallone, never backing down from a challenge, him just pushing through from all that opposition.
Looked like he was climbing a flight of stairs right there.
That is true.
Fought through a pile of people to just maximize yards, as we see on that replay. 1st down now for the Seahawks. Still 1st and 10, not quite 1st and goal yet. Seahawks are thinking about that. Stacked to the right side are the Seahawks. As a handoff goes to the left, Martinez finding a little bit of a hole. He's going to get pushed forwards shy of the 5-yard line, setting up a comfortable 2nd and 4 for the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks are trying to trick El Segundo with them packing the whole right side. They're probably thinking that they're going to go towards the left. It was saw wide open, but Rocky Martinez made the correct choice of running through that middle, saw an opening. It's going to be a 2nd down for the Seahawks.
Yeah, let's see if they go for a pass, which is what they went for on 4th down on the most recent turnover, or if they'll stick with what's been working, that run game. Martinez likely after having a productive drive, looking to finish it off. But Groh looking to pass. He's pressured. He takes a hard sack. Excellent job by Groh to not fumble that one. Looks like he was looking to throw that one. Had the ball tucked in his throwing arm and holds on to it. Sack is definitely bad for the Seahawks, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened. So good poise by the junior quarterback.
You're absolutely correct, Colin. I mean, once again, another RPO there from Brady Groh. Was looking for a man towards the middle, but that was a great zone coverage there from El Segundo, and he had no other choice. I mean, even if he did throw it, it would have been a possible interception. That would have been dangerous.
It looked like the Seahawks stacked the right side, but Groh rolled left there. Potentially some miscommunication where he didn't find his intended receiver. But now dropping back to pass on 3rd and 10. Groh down the outside, connects a strike to Rocky Martinez. Excellent throw under duress from Groh to turn what looked like it could have been a second straight sack into a positive gain and a chance here on 4th and 5.
Yeah, Brady Groh once again getting pressure from that Eagles D-line. And unfortunately, Rocky Martinez was just there on his right side for a bit of a long screen pass. And although it's 4th down, looks like they're going to kick a field goal here, Coven.
Yeah, Fowler back to kick this one. And I imagine, in my opinion, like field goals are harder to fake than punts. I imagine this one will be a genuine attempt. Let's see what Fowler can do here. Fowler puts it through. He's been automatic with it so far. 4 for 4 on the day. And the Seahawks take a 24-0 lead. A 3-score game with perfect 2-point attempts if El Segundo were to claw their way back. But Seahawks still continue tacking points on to their lead.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, most Week 1 teams don't have special teams clicking quite like the Seahawks have. Excellent field goal here in high school. In high school, that's a little bit more of a rarity. Obviously, we have the punt return for a touchdown. Some excellent stops off kickoffs. What have you liked out of the Seahawks special teams?
Oh, they have been dominant. I mean, it feels like they are reading the minds of the Eagles team. They know where they're going. They've been crowding that corner routes to prevent the receiver to run potentially outside. So they've been having El Segundo crowd that middle side.
As this one is high, and we'll skip out of bounds. Free kick out of bounds is a flag.
And give credit to the punter. He has been kicking the ball so well.
But if you notice, just off screen, another flag thrown by the El Segundo sideline in a conversation between the refs and the coaches. Potentially we could be getting offsetting penalties because it appears that something happened on the El Segundo bench that the refs took exception to.
Yeah, just looking down the sideline, we see a couple of assistant coaches talking to one of the line judges.
Let's see where the ball was placed. Doesn't look like the refs have been in communication, so perhaps it was a warning. The ref did pick his flag back up, it appears. Now some conversations between the refs.
And looks like El Segundo's putting their backup quarterback. They're number 17. Adrian Tamasveri, my apologies.
So the ball will be placed on 35 from the free kick out of bounds. And now, yeah, as you mentioned, a little bit of a different look here from El Segundo. As this ball will be handed off down the middle. Some hand fighting, and he will go down after a modest gain of 2. Seahawks have been winning all stages on defense.
You're absolutely right. Man-to-man, whether it's man-to-man, zone coverage, a blitz even, they have been giving the El Segundo offensive line run for their money. Pressure after pressure, and Wyatt got sacked 3 to 4 times in the first half. And maybe that's the reason why they're putting their backup quarterback, Tamasveri, on the helm for the Eagles.
Handoff now down that right side, and a hard hit brings down number 6 on that carry.
Yeah, back-to-back running plays for El Segundo. Looks like they're once again trying to play conservatively here, especially same plays at the beginning of the second half.
Now we'll see if we can get a throw out of number 17. Temis Vari has only been used to hand the ball off so far. So let's see what he can do.
Yeah, El Segundo is playing out wide.
On a passing down. Rolling down that left side, looking for options. Doesn't look like any are available, and it's a catch! Out of seemingly nowhere, brought down by Chase Mattoon.
Yeah, I mean, Mattoon was wide open, and then Temis Vari just risked it. I mean, Temis Vari just saw Mattoon wide open, but he believed that he might have released that ball too late. Let's just see a replay here.
Yeah, we got that replay. It took an absolute shot, Temis Vari did, on that release. Threw up a prayer, and working back to it was Mattoon, who had 6 receiving touchdowns last year. Will look to replicate that success as they are in the offensive end now. Temis Vari again. 3 receivers stacked to the right side. He's looking that way. Throw down that right side. Falls far of his intended receiver, number 1.
Yeah, number 1 was the intended primary target, but it's just that Temis Vari just couldn't get that accuracy correct, but if he caught that ball, that would have been a huge gain.
Fosmore Aiden on the coverage. He already has 1 big pass defense this game. He didn't get the opportunity to make another as that throw went wide. 2nd and 10 here from the 40.
Looks like El Segundo's going spread here.
Seahawks stacking the line with 6 here, but the outside run is still available. Tackle made by Westbrook after a solid gain of 10 on the handoff.
Yeah, once again, Temis Vari with the run pass option was looking towards that left side and noticed that none of the linebackers moved. So he believed that they were going to zone coverage, and luckily the running back was wide open to the left side, and that's a huge gain for El Segundo.
5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Temis Vari still behind center. Dropping back to pass is Temis Vari. Rolling out right, he'll take another hit as that one will fall incomplete. Looks to be a holding on the play. Flag down in the backfield.
And it's going to be called El Segundo.
Yeah, number 6 pleading his case as he got beat by the blitzing linebacker.
Yeah, it looks like he might have held on to the defender from Redondo a bit, held too long. And very unlucky for number 6 for El Segundo.
So that will push him back a bit on 3rd down. No, that'll... Referee's still sorting out ball placement, but it doesn't look like it's... Yeah, there we go. The ball is pushed back as holding was called in the play. A little bit of confusion on the play, but we're all set up for 3rd and 10. Clock still rolling at 4:40. Seahawks no longer playing the spy that they were playing earlier when Wyachek was in. And now they're devoting more towards actively blitzing as a timeout is taken here by El Segundo.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication between the coaches and Temis Vari. We see Temis Vari trying to signal the play, and of course he's confused, the coaches are confused, and thus the timeout has been called by El Segundo.
Keep your eye on it. A little right before the timeout was called, the Seahawks switched from giving a little cushion to what looked like man press coverage there on the outside with Fosmore Aiden moving downwards towards the line of scrimmage on that outside. So keep an eye on if the Seahawks go aggressive. We already know they've been stacking the line against the run, bringing 5 or 6, and they have not hesitated to bring the linebackers down to fake or really blitz. And so let's see if they will go extra risky and go press coverage.
Yeah, the Seahawks, they've been noticing that the quarterback and the coaches having a bit of a miscommunication problem and trying to figure out which place to run, and they were changing
It's like a shark smelling blood in the water right now. They're looking to pounce on any miscommunication, any mistakes, as that play is whistled dead.
Yeah, they started a little bit too early there, El Segundo.
Try to pull a fast one, catch them off guard, but the referees were not set yet, so that play is going to be done over.
So El Segundo, they're playing a little narrow here. 5 linemen now.
Two receivers left, two receivers right, and a man in the backfield. We got a standard shotgun.
Spread formation, but they've been running this play a lot.
Looking left. He takes a shot on the release, and that pass falls short. Seahawks have been brutalizing Temesvari.
Yeah, pass was 10 for player number 1 for El Segundo, and it was a one-on-one coverage. And of course, Temesvari just got absolutely ransacked by that play.
Yeah, they've been identifying the man that I mentioned. They tried to beat it on that outside. They caught Westbrook cheating down a little bit, and they identified true man coverage. But while the receiver might have been able to beat Horda, we'll never know, because that pass rush was too dominant by the Seahawks, and a good pass was not able to be thrown off of the shot that Temesvari took.
Yeah, once again, Nathan Horda, number 15, bottom one-on-one against player number 1.
Seahawks giving a little cushion, showing zone. They will play zone here. Pass down the middle into double coverage, and that one falls incomplete. Westbrook was playing over top, and at the same time, Horda was running with that receiver. Those are two of the best ball hawks on the Seahawks, and that pass was likely not going to work out. That's a turnover on downs, and the Seahawks get the ball back on that 4th down. 4:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Grow with Martinez in the backfield. Down the outside, finds a receiver uncovered. That's Tyler Harper. Tyler Harper taking it to the house. The big play machine makes another one. And the Seahawks are up 30 now.
You know, Calvin, that was a really quick play. And Brady Grove, in that split second, just saw Harper wide open on the left side. There was nobody there to cover that side.
We were talking about this earlier, about how the Seahawks have been making a living pouncing on the miscommunications by El Segundo. Miscommunication there. No corner goes to pick up the ex-receiver on that side, and they make him pay. Harper also the holder now. He'll hold it. And Fowler is blocked this time. First glimmer of light for the Eagles, at least special teams-wise, as they block the extra point, and the lead stays 30-0. As we take another look at that extra point attempt, gets just a hand on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, El Segundo with that hand, they've been jumping a lot here, especially in the extra 3-point attempts. Each time they got closer and closer, and just for this one, they finally made Redondo Union miss their extra point.
So now the kickoff for the Seahawks. Let's see if we get another touchback here, or if the Seahawks can pin them farther back as they had done multiple times before.
El Segundo's now spread out.
Launching the ball, it takes a bounce, and it's returned. Hitting a hole, number 14 eventually gets stood up at the 35. but that was Christopher Chavez making his mark on the game. First time we've called his name, and it was in a big way.
Yeah, there were two receivers for El Segundo. Chavez got the ball, immediately ran towards the middle, found some gaps here and there, and potentially this might, who knows, might spark something for El Segundo as they're still trying to look for the first points here in this game.
So now we'll see Temesvari once more here in the pistol. Handoff goes to Taylor. Taylor is wrapped up by a few Seahawks. One of the ones in there was Adrian Tremblay, number 77.
Yeah, for this first play, they went back to the I formation, try to utilize the RPO, but immediately Redondo Union, as soon as they lined up the I formation, most likely they're going to run for it. So that was a great read there from the defense.
Seahawks switching sides on the line. Let's see if they run a stunt here. This is 2nd and 10 from the pistol. The handoff comes, and he is blasted instantly. That's Ricardo picking him up there. Number 45 takes a straight line to the ball.
Like I said just a few seconds ago, every time they would line up, El Segundo would line up that I formation, they would always, most likely, they're going to run. And now, for this play, Redondo Union, they must have heard what I said here on top of the broadcast booth. And, yeah, they immediately noticed the play, tackle down Rocco Taylor.
Yeah, Ricardo just like a man on a mission, went straight into the backfield. He knew that handoff was coming, took him out. Ricardo almost getting there again. This time Taylor trying to cut. He breaks a tackle before getting wrestled down on the outside. Excellent pursuit by the Seahawks, bring up 4th and long.
Yeah,
that one was Colton Mata there to make the stop.
Yeah, interesting drive here for El Segundo. In their previous drive, they passed 3 consecutive times, and they all responded with incomplete passes. But in this drive, all 3 plays happened runs.
Kick comes away. It will take 2 bounces, and it's received by Malachi Brown. Shifty play, and he's got some speed. Trying to cut it up. Breaks another tackle. He is down inside the 20-yard line. What a play. He took it off the bounce when anyone is taught to just leave it there. Knew he could make a play happen without getting blown up, and instead absolutely carries that ball to the far end of the field, set up his offense for a golden opportunity. As we take another look at that, look at the shiftiness and the craftiness on this play.
I mean, Malachi Brown, that left side. I mean, he already has a touchdown here in this game. Really have been dominating El Segundo by himself, most likely. But a huge advantage here for the Seahawks.
Handoff goes to Martinez down the outside. A little spin through some contact. He's feeling it tonight as he gets out of bounds just shy of that first down marker. Seahawks have been thriving with the contact so far. They've been working, first of all, on the open field tackles on the defensive end, but when they're in the open field on the offensive end, it's like they're coated in butter right now. Martinez couldn't even get an arm wrapped around him as he spun off of that one.
That's the term eagle eye set. It looks like the Seahawks player have these eagle eyes where they just envision at least 3 steps ahead of what the El Segundo High School is going to do.
A little shift in formation again. We saw this on Martinez's touchdown carry. And they will hand it off to him. This time he doesn't find quite as much success, but he's pushing the pile forwards. More success than I thought first from that contact. And that's the yards after contact that the Seahawks have been embodying this game.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier here in this broadcast during the start of the game, El Segundo plays mind games with the opponent's offense. But here in this game, Redondo Union playing mind games with El Segundo.
It's 1st and goal now. Let's see if they will let Brady Grow throw this one, or if they will keep with the sure thing, which has been the run game so far. Looks like they will keep with the run game, and Martinez fighting for extra yard, and she's down at, looks like the 1 yard line. Excellent job following his blockers. Little Le'Veon Bell-esque patience on that play. Stopping, waiting for his blocking to develop, and finding the hole.
Yeah, similar to the old school NFL, that play will be similar, called the power sweep, popularized by the Green Bay Packers and Sixers, where all the O-line moving once in the same direction. And in this case, they ran to the left, and Rocky Martinez now inches away.
Diving into the end zone, that will be another Seahawks touchdown. Seahawks are doing an excellent job this game, just establishing their game plan. And if their game plan was to run the ball, they certainly have done that. 2 touchdowns now for Martinez, both in similar ways. Runs right up the gut. Fowler now coming off of that blocked extra point, looking to make it back. And he doesn't miss on his own accord. That one is right through. Take another look at that run play down the middle. What'd you see from Martinez there, Julius?
Yeah, Martinez once again stood right next to the quarterback, Brady Grow, and as soon as he got the ball, finding a small gap between the O-line, squeezed through as Rocky Martinez does, pushing through with all his strength and power, and boom, into the end zone he goes for the touchdown.
Another kickoff here for the Seahawks. Just 46 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Still an entire 4th quarter to go.
Now,
$37-0 as Fowler gets set. Snipes it across the field. And this will be fielded by number 1. Finding a little bit of room this time before he is swallowed up past the 30-yard line.
yeah, it seems to be in the second half that El Segundo, they made it past that 50-yard line to center maybe once.
Yeah, absolutely. They have had some drives that looked promising, but after a few first-yard gains, usually from quarterback scrambles, sometimes some impressive throws, they fizzled out. Right now, they have to find a way to string those plays together. It's not enough to have one successful play. It's not enough to have 5 successful plays, but sporadically. You have to be consistent right now. Right now, a lot of space down that right side. Let's see if the Seahawks secondary collapses or if they're still giving cushion. Yeah, they do that screen pass because they had some room there. Tackle down at about the 40. Solid 7-yard gain, but you saw how much cushion the Seahawks gave them. That screen pass could be an option more and more, forcing the Seahawks to start guarding them more tightly.
Yeah, player number 1 for El Segundo. We've seen him through special teams, and here in this play right now, he is shifty, he is fast, and he is most likely the primary target for this Eagle offense.
No snap, but a fumble now. Diving on it is the Seahawks. They get it.
And look who it is. It's Ricardo.
That was Adrian Tremblay there. Hard to tell who initially poked that ball out, but Tremblay on the recovery. Yeah, excellent work there by the Seahawks to get under it. That was Tremblay. As we take another look at it, looked like Travis Very had the inside position to recover that fumble, but Tremblay was shot out of a cannon. Obviously, the defensive lineman is going to be more physical than the quarterback, and he out-muscled the quarterback there to get under that ball, and the Seahawks offense has it right back, looking to take this one into the 40s as the third quarter has ended.
And apologies for the viewers, that was not Mikey Ricardo as he graduated last year. That was, of course, Adrian Tremblay. Thank you, Calvin.
So now the Seahawks looking to gel. They don't have all of their starters in right now. They've done enough damage in that way. Still looking to impose their will right now, though. So Seahawks just outside the red zone will look to get another score. As we take another look at that last fumble, look at the way that ball pops out of nowhere, and the first to react to it, number 77, was Tremblay, who quickly got under that football, curled over it, and came up with it. As Grow here, with the stacked box, is going to hand that one off. A stiff arm down the outside. That one was Jacob Geitrin, who was able to gain some yardage there on his first touch of the season.
Once again, that was a great run play from Redondo Union. Once again, the RPO. And Geitrin saw that opening on the left side, tried to keep away from the defender. And it's a great thing that he ran out of bounds.
Down the right side, one-on-one coverage, but I don't know if the Seahawks will go for another pass this game. Continuing to kill the clock, they hand it off to Geitrin again. This time he's wrapped up nicely. That was Rocco Taylor on the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like Redondo Union trying to kill some of that time here in this fourth quarter as they have a massive lead here.
Stacking the box once more is this El Segundo defense. Handoff goes to Geitrin, trying to cut it up the outside, spinning back inside. He will find little success. Seahawks showing some respect and not trying to air out the ball and running up the score. But right now, the run game has been stuffed as Martinez checks back in. But he'll be switched out, and Geitrin will stay in the game.
Same formation once again.
Let's see if we will see a pass here. Still one-on-one coverage. Brady Grow will hand it off to Geitrin. Geitrin finding a little bit more space, almost breaking a tackle, but he gets leg locked over there by 16. That's Michael Temesvari, and that will bring up fourth down for the Seahawks.
And looks like they're going for it, Calvin. I don't see the field goal team coming in.
Well, I would say it's too far for a field goal, and you never know what Fowler has in store, but I think it's the right choice to go for this one. Seahawks playing in front of mostly the flock. El Segundo's student section has dispersed in this blowout as they hand it off. Geitrin down the left side hurdles through a tackle, and that will be enough. And that will be a turnover. Let's see where they mark it. It's certainly close. Looks like the offense is coming onto the field, though. Looks like it is Eagles football, just not enough for the Seahawks. As we take another look at that play, what did you see, Julius?
Yeah, I saw Guitron with the wide open space towards the middle left-hand side, and with his speed, unfortunately, he got caught by the leg by the El Segundo defender. And in our end, it looks like he was close, but the referees marked him short. So it's a turnover and downs for El Segundo.
Seahawks showing a four-man rush. Looks like they'll play zone again, but off the handoff, Seahawks flocking to the football. They'll have him down at about the 25 after a 6-yard gain. Solid pickup on first down, but the time's ticking. 7:20 to go here in the match. Down 0-37. Eagles, I imagine, aren't looking to come back in this game, but maybe still looking to add a point. Maybe get some points, break the shutout.
Now, I realize that El Segundo, they haven't really utilized Christopher Chavez, Jackson Flatman as a wide receiving core. We've been seeing a lot of Hunter Sprick. We've been seeing a lot of Mattoon. It's like a T formation once again.
Handoff once more to number 1. A little bit of space down the outside, but good pursuit by number 19, Lucian Iglesias.
Yeah, most likely they're probably going to run the ball for the rest of this game because I do not see any wide receivers anywhere here in this team apart from Sprick, number 88.
Yeah, Sprick often plays tight end. But, yeah, they really have not been able to get that passing game going, but still curious that they would shift to solely running the football. It's 1st and 10 right now with 6:20 left as we take a look at that replay. Enough for the first down, but still, it's going to be difficult to move the ball all the way up the field for this. I imagine maybe they're just thinking that they just need one score. That's all they're looking for this game. As the handoff goes, but he's met in the backfield so early. Excellent defense there by the Seahawks.
Yeah, they read that the player number 1 for El Segundo just was going to go through that middle, and the defense read it quickly, and it was easy for him to catch him short.
Felt like Maze Turner, number 88, was waiting in the backfield for him, and he was able to get the stop relatively quickly. 2nd and 12, it appears. Fumbled snap as this ball is caught just barely. Tight window throw. He was hit hard on the catch there, but that was number 29 for the Seahawks.
Yeah, for El Segundo, that's Christopher Chavez, his first reception offensively here in this game.
Yeah, Fosmore Aiden on that defensive play. As we see, he's matched up with Sprick. At the top of your screen, Josiah Soro in coverage with number 14. That would be Christopher Chavez. As they're looking that way, dropped there by Chavez on the hook route. Tried to curl to the outside. Was able to generate separation, but there's a flag down the middle.
Yeah, from what I've seen, one of the players from El Segundo was exchanging a few words with the referee.
Do you think it was on El Segundo or Redondo?
From what I can tell, most likely, looking at the referees, they're looking back towards Redondo's side.
As we get a replay on that one, see if you can spot where the infraction is. And it goes against El Segundo. So the Seahawks decline, bringing up 4th and medium. Seahawks, of course, looking for a turnover on down.
And it looks like Colvin The coaches are exchanging a few words with the referee as there's a bit of a confusion going on.
Being pinned wherever Eagles put it, but they did not want to risk another fake punt, which we've already seen twice this game with varying levels of success. So I like the play by Coach Ellison to put sort of a prevent formation out there.
Yeah, I especially agreed. Throughout this game, whichever ball lands, the Redondo Union Seahawks, they will run certain plays that will get them out of that situation. And that's what Coach Ellison has done today in this game.
Maybe one of the least used plays in Madden, but the safe man. That was the formation chosen by Ellison. Short toss goes over to number 16, and he finds some space. Gets hit down, but Landon Madison gets his first touches of the game and picks up a first down.
Yeah, Landon Madison, one of a few sophomores here in this team alongside Bodie Hank and Mace Turner. Glad to see Landon Madison gain his first reception here in this game. Looks like Brady Groves going under center. It's the second time we see him doing in this game.
With 1 minute left in this game, victory formation will do it for the Seahawks. They got one more knee left in them, as the Seahawks will take their first game of the season 37-0. So after coming one game short of a championship for these Redondo Union Seahawks, they start the next season exactly how they imagined it.
Yeah, especially last season. They start the season 0-3. The first game, a big loss against El Dorado. But here in this game, it is a huge win against El Segundo. So maybe an opposite might happen. Maybe we'll see a dominating season for Redondo. But once again, this is the first game of the season. Every team wants to start their season 1-0. And Redondo Union, they were the dominating side for today.
So any question marks you had about Redondo, consider them answered. You wanted to question whether they were lacking the offensive weapons following the graduation of Leinart and Osmus. Tyler Harper with a huge explosive play. Brady Grove has been confident throwing the football. You wanted to question whether their kicker graduating has affected them. Fowler was on his game this game. They had elite special teams all around. You wanted to question whether their defense could be up to last year's standards. Absolutely, as they take the shutout in game one, force 2 turnovers, and all in all, just absolutely stifle this El Segundo offense with a very dangerous quarterback.
And, of course, shout out to Malachi Brown, Rocky Martinez, too. Kyle Westbrook with a punt return touchdown. So all these players that we've seen last season are back here. They know the plays that they're designed. They know how to really read, because throughout the offseason, they've been studying hard. They've been practicing the same plays over and over again.
You can see it in the celebration, too. Look how hype this team is as they sprint through the tunnel. But you can tell how hard they've been working in the offseason. Good measure of that is how hard they're celebrating right now. This means something to them right now, as anyone in this packed flock could tell. Incredible game for the Seahawks, starting their season off exactly as they hoped for. 37-0, they get the win. Some explosive plays on offense, some incredible plays on defense, excellent special teams, exactly how Coach Ellison's boys wanted to kick this season off. I'm Coven Mystery here with Julius Choi, and an incredible experience here for this season opener. Stay tuned for replays because it's all here on Ironclad Sports Network.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the express written consent of Ironclad Digital Media. Ironclad Digital Media would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.